Welcome back, everyone, and you'll notice I'm in my room. Mark's not with me. We are in Q&A 6. This one's been held off for a while. Me and Mark just haven't found a good time to, collaborate on this. So I figured Mark's going to sit this one out. I know I'll be disappointed on it, but he can join me for the next one, obviously. But I figure since I got the time, let's just get this done. We'll be able to get it done a lot quicker with just me answering the questions. So for this time, sorry if you're hoping it would be me and Mark. It's just going to be me this time. But I'll do my best to be at least entertaining while answering the questions. So let's get down to this because we have a lot of questions to go over, particularly a lot of multiple questions from individuals. So right off the bat, Johnny Cage, you have 7 questions. So let's get down to this. Number 1, who is more badass in my opinion? Alucard or Blade? It all depends. Are you talking about Comic Blade or Movie Blade? If we're talking about Movie Blade, it's Alucard, definitely. If we're talking about Comic Blade, my money would still go towards Alucard because this is a guy who basically absorbed most of the individuals of London, summoned in over 2 million souls from himself and turned into Valis Draculia, and be a weapon of God. The guy who turns into the leather-bound gimp form and just annihilates people. Bitches love cat in the scene. So I don't know. I think I'd go Alucard on that, but Blade definitely has his badass moments. I just think it's Alucard. Plus, let's be fair, Blade's half vampire, not a full vampire. If you were a gym leader, would you be a gym leader? This is number 2 question. And if so, what region? Okay, would I be a gym leader? Probably not. It's funner to challenge the gym leaders because your job as a gym leader isn't necessarily to win; it's to pass on to the next generation and help the generation go forth. And losing sucks. You should lose graciously, but it sucks. But if I were a gym leader, you didn't ask what type, but what region? Oh, that's a good question. I wouldn't pick. While I love Shield and Sword, I wouldn't pick Galar. Sun and Moon don't have gyms. I'd say it's probably either Hoenn, Unova, or Kalos. And I'm going to knock off Kalos. Only because, I don't know, I really like Generation 6, but when, on a replay of it, it was too easy to beat. Sun and Shield and Sword, there's a level of difficulty that they brought back to it, even though they, made the experience share a constant on. It's leveled out right. I'll say Unova, honestly, because Unova had the most potential, has the best story. It was even back in the day for the 3DS, it was still graphic increase, or graphically more advanced, technically speaking. And Unova, it has a good reason. They just needed to change a few things up, and I think it would have been one of the best games ever. As it stands, I really like Generation 5, and I like White. So I'd say Unova. And if I just off chance, if I were to choose a type, Dragon's kind of nice, but it's already a Dragon gym. If I were to go and say a type that they didn't make a gym for, at least in Gen 5, I'd say Steel or Dark. I think those would be cool types to use. Excuse me. Who would win, Mephisto or Trigon? Well, I believe I actually put this into an actual who would win suggestion, so I'll do an actual video on that. Off the top of my head, I'd say Mephisto. He rivaled Galactus in power. Galactus is much more powerful than Trigon, I think. So I'll say Mephisto, but I'd have to do an actual who would win on that. Who has the better healing factor? Deadpool, Doomsday, or Spawn? I'd say Doomsday because Doomsday's is a guaranteed healing factor no matter what, and then he comes back stronger against a thing that either damaged him or immune to the thing that would kill him. Deadpool's is a fantastic healing factor, but it's a healing factor that can take time depending on how much damage he's taken. Spawn, it's a very powerful healing factor, but it can be taxed. Doomsday's doesn't seem to have a limit. I note, though, that there is a way. I figured out a way to actually stop Doomsday without doing something extreme like reality warping magic or sending into the end of time. You can find my Apocalypse versus Doomsday fight for that. Could Thanos survive in Warhammer 40k? Absolutely, he could survive. Now, Mark is definitely someone who's more knowledgeable about Warhammer 40k than I am, so he would have been able to give you a better answer on this. But can he survive in Warhammer 40k? Absolutely. He can survive a black hole. He can survive reality warping. He can survive going toe-to-toe with Galactus. He's one of the strongest, and take out the cosmic entities. Take them out, like Living Tribunal, Eternity, all that. He is in the top tier of just the not mortals per se, but the humanoids. He's in the top tier of the humanoids, so he could definitely, he has power that is godlike. So he could definitely survive in the Warhammer 40k universe, I think. Whether or not he'd like own it or make it his bitch, that's a different story entirely. Who's the better assassin? Agent 47, Bullseye, Deadshot, or John Wick? Look, all these guys have kills that they missed, so marks that they missed. All these guys have a flawless kill record. If we're talking about like reputation, few people actually know about Agent 47. Bullseye and Deadshot are in a universe where there's many meta-humans. John Wick's actually is like feared. So if I'm talking about reputation, is John Wick. But if we're talking about the better assassin who is like the most successful at what they do, because Agent 47 came from a video game where you have to be that good. Like your gameplay, how good he is depending on your gameplay. And then, of course, they made movies and probably comics and stuff like that. I'll say Agent 47. Although Bullseye and Deadshot certainly are fantastic assassins. John Wick, especially because we meet John Wick past his prime, he gets sloppy at points. And he doesn't always win. So, yeah. I'll go with Agent 47 on that. Even though people argue with me drastically that Agent 47 would win against John Wick in a fight, and I understand the argument for it, I just stick with my decision on that. Last question from Johnny Cage. Question 7. Have you caught up with My Hero Academia anime yet? Pretty much, yeah. I haven't like let me put it this way. I'm completely caught up with the manga up until I haven't read volume 24 yet, but I'm pretty much caught up even with the manga, more or less. Minus like certain events, but I know like the big main events. In terms of the anime, like currently season 4 is in its second half with Gentle Criminal and La Brava. I haven't really caught up with that yet, but I've pretty much caught up with the overhaul arc and all that. So yes, I've caught up with that. Victor Von Doom asked one of 6. Hello. First, would you rather be a Z fighter or a Jedi? I'll actually say a Jedi because as a Z fighter, it'd be human and I'd be useless compared to someone like Goku, Vegeta, hell, even Roshi and Krillin. I probably wouldn't be that useful. I think I'd be stronger than Yamcha and maybe Tien, and maybe Krillin, but Roshi would probably beat me, honestly. He's more experienced, has more unique techniques, and because I'm human, I'm kind of on the low end of this tier. As a Jedi, it just takes years of training. I can get as strong in the Force as I need to be, so I'll take Jedi over that. Number 2, what landed course does Shao Kahn belong in? Now, I believe I already added this to the What If Lambda course, so it's already in the book. But if you want my overall opinion right now, it's either orange or rage. I'd have to look into it more, but orange rage. He's got a lot of anger, a lot of rage, a lot of confidence, but he's also very selfish, just wanting more and more from himself. So I'll take either orange or red, and if I would choose one, I might go orange, which is avarice for those of you who don't know. Number 3, could classic Doctor Strange solo Magic the Gathering? Quite possibly, because he's a he's a near multiversal level threat as classic Doctor Strange, like as most powerful. There are certainly individuals though that would challenge him. Like I know some people have suggested me doing who would win with him and Nico Bolas, and Nico Bolas could certainly challenge him. But because Nico Bolas even has to draw on mana, even though he's got massive stores of mana, kind of like chakra, going for Naruto terms, Doctor Strange I think would still win overall. But that being said, I'd have to really go down on it. Could he solo the entire Magic the Gathering universe? And that, I would say, quite possibly. Though there are individuals that could give him a challenge. The Eldrazi, Nico Bolas, Ugin. But they're like the top tier individuals. Number 4, who do you think could eat more? Goku, Naruto, or Monkey D. Luffy? Here's the thing. I don't read or watch One Piece. I keep up with it a little bit, but I don't actually read or watch it. That's one I have to get on. I know the series goes on forever. It's still going on. Naruto's real appetite came with ramen. So if it's a ramen eating contest, I might even go Naruto, even over Goku or Luffy. But if we're talking about just eat more in general, we've seen how much Goku can actually eat in one sitting. I'm going to go with Goku. But again, this is coming from someone who hasn't actually seen how much Luffy can eat. So keep that for what it's worth. Again, I'm pretty sure I put this down, but who would win in the fight? Floyd Mayweather or Muhammad Ali? Muhammad Ali. If we're talking about them in their prime, Muhammad Ali. Because Muhammad Ali boxing is a thinking man's a contact sport. A little bit of that goes into MMA too, but Muhammad Ali was someone who just got in your head. He was he wasn't show. He was bravado that he backed up. There's a reason, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You know, the Muhammad Ali punch it's called the Muhammad Ali punch for a reason. He just had a punch that you just couldn't see coming. Like that. Oh God, who was it? He fought that George Foreman, was it that he gave just the quick knockout to? I go Muhammad Ali. Most individuals usually say Muhammad Ali in most of these fights. Although when they did the statistical matchup against Rocky Marciano, Marciana? I can't remember. I may be getting his last name right. They said it actually might end in a draw and be like a split decision. Because Rocky Marciano could just take hits all day. And last but not least, from Victor Von Doon, at least in this question. Who is more evil, Shao Kahn, Frieza, Joker, or Madara? Ooh. It's not Madara. Madara actually isn't that evil when you compare these other three. And he had motivation. And like he even reconciled with... if you can reconcile, you're not that evil, believe it or not. Joker has only been able to reconcile and be sane with like under a lot of drugs or like the Martian Manhunter's influence. But is he? I mean, depends how you define evil, I guess. Frieza became a little bit more of an anti-hero, but he's still definitely evil. But he was able to work with individuals. I will say this, because all these individuals can work with other individuals, that takes that out of the cake, off the equation. I'll say it's probably the Joker, although Shao Kahn's pretty evil. I'll say it's probably the Joker. CJM, you ask, do I have a favorite NFL team? I do not watch NFL. I do not watch any sport, to be precise. So, no, sorry. Reaper HD 18 says, congrats. Thank you. Needless Kane, you ask 1 of 7. Well, that was fast. He said for because I think we did like the last Q&A not more than like a couple weeks prior. So that was pretty fast. Just checking time right now. We're doing pretty well. Who is the best actor that played the Joker? Okay, so are you asking? I'm going to assume you're asking who played the best Joker performance, the actor who played the Joker the best, in my opinion. But to be fair, I'll also give you the secondary answer, who I think of the actors who played him, who is the best actor. First off, the best Joker performance, I will still contend, despite the fact that Joaquin Phoenix is. I didn't hate him. I didn't love Joker, but he was fantastic. And my mind's still on Heath Ledger, honestly. I think Heath changed the game up, which paved the way for Joaquin. But in terms of who's the best actor to have played the Joker, in terms of like the best actor, because then you got Jack, and that's not including obviously the animated Joker, because then it's Mark Hamill. But then you have Jack Nicholson, you have Heath Ledger, you have Joaquin Phoenix, and Cesar Romero. Take Cesar Romero off the equation. He was fine for that type of Joker, but he's not the best actor among them. All these guys have Oscars on their mantles, so let's be clear about that. Heath, when he was on, like, Heath was hit and miss. When he was on, he was on. Again, the Joker. Knight's Tale he's really good at. But then you got like 10 Things I Hate About You, things along those lines. So it really comes down to Jack and Joaquin. Jack hasn't been in anything in years, but even the movies where the movie may not be great, he was always, like, I own Anger Management. It's probably, I think, the only Adam Sandler, I say it out loud, it's the only Adam Sandler movie I own. I think it's actually, first off, it's actually one of his Adam Sandler's better movies, but Jack Nicholson is nothing but awesome in that movie. I think in terms of like the one I enjoy more watching, it's Jack Nicholson. But honestly, if we're talking about the best actor between the two of them, I will say Joaquin Phoenix is probably the best actor who's played the Joker. And then, of course, we're going to talk about Jared Leto, who is an Oscar winner in his own right as well. Let's be fair about that. And I am very much looking forward to Morbius. I don't hate on the guy like a lot of people do, but last couple of years, like the Joker, I didn't hate his Joker, but I didn't love it. My God, was his character stupid in Blade Runner 2049, in my opinion. I didn't like that. I actually really didn't like Blade Runner 2049. There's good things in it, like the entire scene between Harrison Ford and Ryan Gosling. That's probably the best scene in the movie, in my opinion. But ultimately, not one of his better performances. But then again, Dallas Buyers Club, he won his Oscar for that. What else have I seen him in recently? Not actually, I haven't seen him much. So hopefully Morbius is going to be good. I'm looking for the trailer was really good, so I'm looking forward to Morbius. Number 2, what is your favorite mythological creature? I mean, the common answer is dragon, but I do love, for some reason, Hydra. Like, I play Magic, so I am a big fan of Hydras in Magic, so I really dig on those. I love reptiles in general, so anything that's reptilian is really up my alley, and the Hydras are really cool in my opinion. So I'll say Hydras. Number 3, who has the better time machine, Dr. Emmett Brown or Doctor Who? Ooh. I will say that it's probably Doctor Who because it needs less effort to use. You have to get the DeLorean out up to 88 miles an hour, and with the flux capacitor and everything rolling at the same time. The Doctor doesn't have. I mean, I don't watch Doctor Who, but I know the TARDIS doesn't have that kind of restriction to it. It probably has some sort of fuel and all that stuff, so some needs some sort of charge of power. But you don't need to get up to 88 miles an hour to use it. So I'll say the Doctor has the better time machine. Who would win, Android 1817 versus Ultron and Brainiac? Ugh. Technically speaking, Ultron 18 and 17 have planetary destroying capabilities. But Brainiac is an individual that challenges Superman. Ooh. I'll say this. If it's 18 and 17 versus like just one of these guys, I will lean towards 18 and 17. Both of them? Because they're technically cyborgs, they're not androids. So they're actually human, they just have modification. I'm probably going to go Ultron and Brainiac. They're individuals that could really put a damper. Particularly Brainiac. Brainiac is I don't know if he's a universal threat, but he's a galactic threat. So, yeah, I'll go Brainiac and Ultron on that one. Although, again, I think I probably added this to the actual Who Would Win book. What comic book fight would you want to see animated? Animated? Well, I've already seen Wolverine versus Hulk. And that in Hulk versus that was freaking awesome. That's a good question. Animated. I wouldn't mind seeing. I'm just thinking of a couple right off the top of my head. If we're talking about any legitimate, and I've seen Death Battle with Thanos versus Darkseid, so that's been animated. And you're talking about a comic book. That's the thing. You're talking about a comic book. You know what? Sentry versus Superman. However that plays out, I would like to see that. That would be a good fight to see. If I were to throw another one out there, Wolverine versus Deathstroke would be a good one. I'd like to see that one. So yeah, I think those would be two ones right off the top of my head. And you know what? Screw it. Throw a Wolverine versus Juggernaut in there. That'd be fun. And you know what? Even though Juggernaut I don't think they ever fought. Sentry versus Juggernaut. Throw me down with that one. So those would be probably some ones I'd throw out right there. What video game characters do you want to see? What video game character do I want to punch? Do I want to punch? Probably Princess Peach, just because I find her annoying. But again, that makes me sound misogynistic and toxic masculinity. No, I just don't like Princess Peach that much. Honestly, Link's another one. I never liked Link. What is the pink hedgehog from Sonic the Hedgehog? That Rose? Is that her name? Maybe Rose. I don't know why. They have a tendency to make female characters in these types of games very annoying. But those are like some basic ones. Tails. Tails always annoyed me too. So probably Tails. I can't think of. I mean, there's not in the vast history of video games. There's not a whole lot. Many of them I'd want to actually punch. So yeah. Would you rather have the Power Cosmic or a Green Lantern ring? Power Cosmic, because that has all the power of a Green Lantern ring and then some. So yeah. So that's all of from Neil's Kane. Harley Quinn says congratulations. Thank you. 1 of 4. What is the worst movie you reviewed in the last decade? Well, I haven't been doing movie reviews for, I've been doing it since 2013. Technically, I've been doing them longer, but I'm talking about the channel, 2013. Last decade, which means 2010. You know what? I did review it on the radio station when I was doing the radio station at college. It'd be young adults. so many people love young adults. Like they say it's a dark comedy. It's like really. Me and Mark both hated young adult. Hated that movie. It was so uncomfortable, so unfunny, and it was realistic. And I think that was part of the problem. And like they didn't make any of the characters likable at all. And we just had to sit there through these jokes that weren't landing for us, were painfully awkward and real. Mark and I had to get out. I got out to use the bathroom once, and I stalled, took a time to get back in the theater. Mark got up 2 different times, or 3 different times. Once he wants to use the bathroom, but other times he even admitted that he was just staring at the wall. 4th time he tried to get up, I actually put his shoulder down. It's like, you sit your ass back down and you deal with this with us. Seriously, him with his girlfriend was just, we're like, no, you're staying and you're enduring. If I'm enduring, you're enduring. It was bad. So I'll say young adults. Number 2, who would win, Silver Surfer or Green Lantern? Hal Jordan. Again, I think I added this to the who would win list, but Silver Surfer, I think, has powers that ultimately supersede the Green Lantern ring, and Hal Jordan does have a limit of energy on that before he has to recharge. So I'll say Silver Surfer on that, but again, I'd have to do an actual who would win to really break it down. Number 3, what's your favorite dog breed? Well, I've always owned mutts, so they're mixed breeds, but if we're talking about my favorite dog breed, it's Labs, probably. I love big dogs, like a St. Bernard is awesome, German Shepherds are awesome, but Labs are just particularly Golden Retrievers or Labrador Retrievers, are just your bread and butter, just good-natured, lovable, they're usually knuckleheads and lugheads, but they're well-mannered, just wants to love you and wants you to love it kind of dog. And so I'll go with Labs. With a Husky is my second favorite choice, just because the Huskies are, I would never have a Husky unless I knew I could take care of it properly, but Huskies are just beautiful and affectionate animals. Would you rather be, number 4, would you rather be a member of the Sith Empire or a member of the League of Villains? Well, seeing as the Sith Empire collapsed, I take the League of Villains. Plus, being in the world of My Hero Academia, I'd have a quirk to be in a League of Villains, so hopefully my quirk would be pretty awesome. Sith Empire would be cool, and I could have the Force, but again, as the Sith Empire is technically destroyed, I'd go with the League of Villains. If we're talking about when the Sith Empire reigned, that's a bit more difficult. I would say, though, that because of what I know of the infighting of the Sith, I would still go with the League of Villains. So there's that. Wade Wilson asks, what is 7? Congratulations. Thank you. Who's more evil, Thanos, Frieza, or Darth Maul? Probably Thanos. Thanos is evil, and he rebels in it. Frieza is evil, too, but in a different way. Darth Maul is more just angry. It really is a toss-up between Thanos and Frieza, and when you really break down all the stuff that Thanos has actually done, given his history in comics, Thanos is more evil ultimately. Who would win, Doom Guy versus Dracula from Castlevania Netflix? I'd probably go Dracula just because he's kind of godlike. Yes, Doom Guy has fought hell and everything like that, but he's never fought someone that's quite like Dracula. Has spells and magic on his side too. He can easily turn. None of Doom Guy's weapons would actually be able to really hurt him. Granted, the hell, what's it called? The one that feeds off demonic energy. That might do something to Dracula, but he can easily just feed off the energy of the dimension he gets his power from. So I would say Dracula would probably win, but again, I would have to do an actual who would win on that. Who is the better swordsman? Zorro from One Piece, Darth Vader, or Thanos? Here's the thing. Vader's style is... Wait, really? Thanos? I'm sure Thanos knows how to use a sword. But here's the thing. So I'm taking Thanos right out of there because Thanos has so many other abilities that even though he probably knows how to use a blade, it doesn't matter in this fight. Vader, here's the thing. Vader's a master swordsman, but he's using a lightsaber, not a blade. There's a difference. Because he's tailored to use a lightsaber, he just has to block it, and it's an energy weapon. So there's no real mass to it. Also, it's a different style he has to use. If you were using an actual blade, it would be a different type of... if Zorro were using lightsabers versus Vader and using his style, it's a different circumstance for Vader. I might put Vader better than Zorro, but Zorro had been trained since he was a kid as a swordsman. 3-sword style. He's using actual swords. I'm going to go Zorro on that. Again, give Zorro a lightsaber or Vader a blade, and we can maybe switch that up. But still. What is my favorite death battle fight? Well, if we're talking about just actually watching the fight... Am I agreeing with the result, or are we just talking about my favorite fight, and no matter how it ended? If we're talking about my favorite fight, no matter how it ended, a couple stand out. The Lex Luthor versus Iron Man one. That's one of my that. I first off, I agreed with the fight. I called that one, but also that's just a damn good fight. Lobo versus Ghost Rider, really good. I really like that one. That was one of the more recent ones. From like some of the more classic ones, I'll admit some of them just because the style was very dated back then. Like Goku versus Superman, though I don't agree with the outcome of the first one or either of them. The first fight, like the first one, that was still a kick-ass fight to watch. So that would still be on there, even though I don't agree with the outcome. The RoboCop versus Terminator, that was a good one, definitely a good one. Oh, and no, the Dragon Zord versus Mechagodzilla. That was a beast fight. That's one of my favorite ones, definitely. So yeah, those would probably be up there. And I'm sure I'd pick out others, but if I'm going off the top of my head, those are the ones. Which is the worst situation, Doom Hell Invasion or the Flood? As I know as I know very little about the Flood, although I do have a little bit of working knowledge of it. And I know it's Hell Invasion from Doom, the game series. I'd actually say probably the Flood, because the Hell Invasion, you're just going to get tortured and killed. The Flood, they're going to try to assimilate you. So I'll say the Flood. I'll go that one. Mark would probably argue that with me, but I'll go that. What if the Flood is in Warhammer 40k universe? Well, I don't do what ifs during the Q&As, so I'm not going to give you a full-on detailed. I'm pretty sure I, again, added that to the what ifs. Short of it, they would probably assimilate a lot of individuals, but there are probably individuals that would halt them in their tracks. But again, I don't know a huge amount about the Flood, so I couldn't really give you a better answer than that. Sorry about that. Would you rather have your own personal kaiju or a giant robot? Giant robot. Do you know how expensive it'd be to feed a kaiju? Unless the kaiju just does its own thing and I could call upon it at any time. In which case, I might go with a kaiju. But if we're talking about a giant robot that I can like Power Ranger or Big O it and be fine, I might go giant robot, even though the maintenance on that would be hell. So actually, no, I take that back. The maintenance on that would be hell, so I'll go the giant kaiju so long as I don't have to feed it. It's good on its own. I just call it when I need it. CJM, what is better, Creepshow or Tales from the Crypt? Creepshow. Tales from the Crypt was very hit and miss. When it was hit, it was great. When it was miss, but Creepshow is pretty consistently like fun, so I'll go Creepshow on that. And I'm not talking about the series, I'm talking about the original movie. Parker Smith says 1 of 5. Goku that was raised by Whis versus Broly that was raised by Whis, from your what ifs about this scenario. If you're asking who I think would win in that, probably Goku, only because he was just the naturally better fighter. Between him and Broly was a brawler, like a barbarian through and through. Even in the Super, where he's OP as hell, he was still a brawler and a barbarian through and through. Whereas, and the Broly I used in that one, I believe, was the Broly from the movie, not the original movie, not the Super Broly. So he's weaker than the Goku we get. So I'll go Goku in that one. Have I ever read, have I ever read Aragon or its sequel books? No, I have not. Number 3, what land course would want to be in, and which do you think you belong? So which one would I want to be in, and which one do I think I belong in? In terms of wanting, well, I mean, I'd want to be the White Lantern because they're the strongest, but it'd take the most OP guys out of the equation. Either blue or green is where I'd want to be. The problem with trying to dissect your own personality is you're going to be biased no matter what. What do I think is my most dominant emotion? Real quick. I mean, I'll be honest, I'm not a White Lantern in terms of, I'm alive, sure, obviously. I'm dead on the inside, but I'm living physically. I'll be honest, my lust for life isn't what it used to be, so I wouldn't qualify for White Lantern. Green is an obvious answer to some degree. I feel like I can overcome great fear and got a pretty decent amount of willpower. I don't inspire fear, so fear's out of the equation. I don't feel like I have a lot of just anger that's carried with me, but I could, hypothetically, but I don't think red would work. I think love could be, I love my girlfriend, obviously, and I have other people I love in my life, so I think love could work, maybe. Then you got indigo, you got hope, and you got avarice. I don't think I'm greedy enough for avarice, quite frankly. Because I look to be you don't need it. It needs to be a dominant emotion, and it will amplify the amount of greed you already have. But to be fair, I don't think I have that amount of greed in me. Compassion. I like to believe I'm very compassionate. See, this is where I would actually like to have Mark here because he could definitely give a gauge of my personality from a less biased perspective. But I would say Indigo's, and I don't know if I'm not saying I'm nihilistic, but I just don't know if the hope is strong enough in me to qualify for hope, or if I inspire a lot of hope in enough people to qualify for it. So if I were to just go off the ones I can name that I think are my most dominant traits, it's either compassion, love, or will. What if Indigo? Oh, excuse me. What if Indigo? What the hell? What if Piccolo was the main character? Well, that's a what if. Obviously, I'm not going to do that as a full video, but Piccolo is the main character. I'd have to set that up. That's the problem. So instead of Goku being the main character sent to Earth, like Piccolo is released, and maybe it's like young Piccolo is the main character seeking revenge. I don't know. Would you rather, number 5, have a phone with an infinite battery or a phone with free Wi-Fi forever wherever you go? Infinite battery, do you know how much of a pain it is to charge a phone when it's next to nothing in it? Versus infinite Wi-Fi, I don't need Wi-Fi wherever I go. So yeah, infinite battery, absolutely. Metal Arms 38. What if Goku was the same race as Frieza? Like I said, I'm not going to do a what if now. If he was the same race as Frieza, it would change things up drastically, obviously. You've been giving me a suggestion. It's on there. Don't worry. It is on there. I will get to it at some point. It's just going to take a while. Arby the Pirate Pup. Great name. Have you played or seen, I'm going to assume that's what you meant, the Pokemon Shield and Sword game? If so, what is your favorite gym leader? I have played Shield. I own Shield. I'm in my second playthrough. I'm doing a Dragon Lock right now in Shield. My favorite gym leader among them, if we're talking about both the scheme of their gym, the type they use, and how fun it is to play against them, that's a good question. I don't like the water gym setup. The water gym setup is annoying. That is a good question, actually. You know what? I will say that it is probably, is it Bianca, the ice type gym leader? A, she's attractive. But B, ice types are cool. I always like those, you got to be careful where you step kind of traps. So that's kind of fun. What's your favorite Marvel movie / cartoon? What's your favorite DC movie / cartoon? If we're talking about both Marvel movies, that's a lot of, and you're not talking MC, you're talking about Marvel movies. So I couldn't give you a definitive answer right off the top of my head. I'll say this. Among my favorites are Avengers 2. Yeah, I actually am one of the people who actually likes it more than the first one. Come at me, bro. Guardians of the Galaxy 2, again, I actually like it a bit more than the first one. The Amazing Spider-Man, the original one, the first one's actually really good in my opinion. Logan's fantastic, and Deadpool are fantastic. But Logan's my favorite movie of that year. If we're talking about cartoon, the original X-Men cartoon's really great. That's about it. I like all the arrows, but that's probably my favorite one. Talking about DC movies, that definitely limits it down a bit. Dark Knight, the original Batman. I like Superman movies fine, but I'm not a big Superman fan. Aquaman's pretty good. Talking DC, I think you meant / movie / cartoon for the DC. Talking about DC cartoons, animated cartoon, definitely the original animated Batman. Batman Beyond, I was also a big fan of. I never watched the Green Lantern show, but I did appreciate the fact they were introducing the other color spectrums in there. And talking about cartoon movies, God, there's so many of them. But the Dark Knight Returns, the 2-parter, that was fantastic. Under the Red Hood is fantastic. Public Enemy is really good. So yeah. And also you asked, do you like the Blue Eyes White Dragon? Blue Eyes White Dragon, White Lightning. Yeah, I play. Look, I play Magic now, but I started out like a lot of people with Yu-Gi-Oh. So I played my share of Blue Eyes in my day. I got a couple Yu-Gi-Oh games on DS. So yeah, I played my share of Yu-Gi-Oh. And so yeah, I do like Blue Eyes White Dragon. I prefer Red Eyes actually though. I think Red Eyes got shot. Like they say, it has power to rival Blue Eyes White Dragon. It's not even as strong as the Dark Magician. If you're going to make it rival the Blue Eyes White Dragon, at least make it like a 2,600, 2,700 monster. Not, yeah, come on. Hamza Yasin. What if Naruto had the 10 tails? Well, he'd be pretty OP, but I'm not doing a what if in these videos. Sorry. It will be done. You trust me, that's been written down. So yeah, and just so you know, you can spam all you like. It's not going to make your suggestion come up any quicker. So just letting you know there. Corin O'Keefe says, "Yo, congratulations on 5,000 subscribers. Thank you, Corin. Thank you for being there. You asked 1 of 5. Have I seen The Mandalorian? Sadly, no. I've seen a lot of the memes. I have been spoiled on most of the episodes. Like I know the spoilers if you haven't watched the end season finale. I know the Darksaber shows back up. Like Baby Yoda was. There's no way I couldn't be spoiled on Baby Yoda. But yeah, ultimately, yeah, I have not seen The Mandalorian yet because I don't have Disney Plus. Or am I a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh? I'm still a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh. Like I'll still tune into an episode every now and then. I was catching up on them because eventually I'm going to do what ifs that swap the leads from each series and put them in different like say put Jade in the original series and put Yugi in GX, for example. That I was going to do that. But I still need to, first off, I need to finish 5Ds. Then I need to go into Zexal. Then I need to go into Arc 5. Then I need to go into, of Reigns. And now I got this 7s, which looks, I'll be honest, looks dumb. I don't get it, but whatever. So yes, I am a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't really play it anymore. On a rare occasion, I might even pick up a pack just to see what's going on. But I'm not, I don't play it anymore. I play Magic now. And honestly, Magic's definitely where I'm more at on that. Who do you think has the better villains, the MCU or the DCU? Well, if you're talking about the overall better villains, ultimately, yeah, DC's villains usually outweigh Marvel's villains. Not to say Marvel doesn't have fantastic villains, they just do. But if you're talking about the MCU versus the DCU and how those villains have been portrayed, we have a smaller sample size with the DCU, so I can definitely kind of go about let's look at Zod. Zod was a really good villain. Can I think of villains that are far better in the MCU? Thanos, right off the top of my head, yeah, better. Ebony Maw is even better. Ego, I thought was better. Vulture, I think is better. Hela, I think is better. Ultron, I think is better. Now that being said, Zod kicks the crap out of something like Darren Cross, Obadiah Stane, Whiplash. Loki is on par at least. So yeah, but then we go into like Lex Luthor and Doomsday. No, terrible. Ares, decent concept, not very good. Suicide Squad, the Enchantress, terrible. Joker, best. Justice League, Steppenwolf, god awful. Aquaman, Ocean Master, not bad. Not bad, Ocean. And Black Manta, not bad. Harley Quinn, Black Mask is a good villain. But if you're talking about the MCU's just got a better track record. They have more films, and they have Thanos, who's arguably one of the best comic book villains to have ever come out, ever. So, yeah, I'm going to have to say the MCU on that one. Am I a fan of chili dogs? Yeah, I don't eat them very often, especially, trust me, if you're not 30, when you turn 30, your body changes, and not in the best ways. So, yeah, I have to watch what I eat these days a little bit. Not to say I'm allergic or anything like that, and not to say I couldn't eat it and be fine, but if I'm not careful, I could be in for some shit, literally and figuratively. So, but yeah, I do like a chili dog every now and then. Have you ever watched the Flintstones? I love the Flintstones growing up, man. Come on. Now, are you talking about the movies or are you talking about the animated stuff? Because I'm talking about the animated stuff. The movies, not so much. Though they're honestly not terrible. They're fun for what they are. Let's see where I'm at right now. 38 minutes. Okay, I'm not doing too bad. So yeah, Perfect Cell asks 1 of 6. What is your favorite Dragon Ball villain? Dragon Ball villain? I'd say Mercenary Tao is probably right up there. Yeah, I was a big fan of Mercenary Tao. What's your favorite mythological gods? Oh god, that pun intended, I suppose. There's so many mythologies that that's a near impossible question to answer. Right off the top, though, I'm a big fan of Egyptian. I like Greek, Japanese. I love the pantheons. I'll say, though, that the Egyptian god, like Anubis, was always one of my favorites. Sobek's another cool one because I love reptiles, the crocodile one. Osiris, Osiris. I'm pretty sure there's a snake god somewhere. God? Oh, gods. Quetzalcoatl. I love snakes. A giant winged serpent god? Hell yeah. So, yeah, those are some of mine. Would you rather have a bridged Alucard or a bridged Perfect Cell as your permanent voice? Well, seeing as they're technically the same voice, um, it's a Sophie's choice, but I'll admit, when you get the nuances, Alucard. Because you can definitely get it's like, I was pretty sure I was a girl. But that would imply the quiz, interrupt my story again, Reggie, see what happens! See, when you get Alucard going like that, Cell doesn't have that gruffness. Even though he's perfectly docile and voice is orgasmic. No, I'd go Alucard. Who would win? Green Lantern John Stewart versus Blue Marvel. Again, I think I added it to the who would win. Off the top of my head, I'd actually say Blue Marvel. He bitch slap Captain Marvel around. He's like super powerful. So I might go Blue Marvel on that. But again, I'd have to really go into the weaknesses, pluses and minuses of them. Who would you rather have, the Death Note or a Gyasai? I'll say the Gyasai. And quite frankly, just because I know the stipulations among them, I know that Death Note is a fucking trap. So, like Ryuk's just like, I'm going to write your name in there, like, and then I'm going to take all your years and keep it for myself. Yeah, no, screw that. I'm taking the Gyasai. Who is more of a genius, Batman, Iron Man, or Black Panther? If we're talking about the MCU, well, here's the thing. First off, Iron Man and Black Panther both exist in the same world. Wakanda has more advanced technology overall, but that doesn't make Black Panther technically smarter than Iron Man. If Iron Man had access to like the Wakandan technology, he could probably do crazy shit. I'm sure he's done that once or twice in the comics. I'll go Iron Man over Black Panther. In terms of Batman versus Iron Man, see, that's tough as hell. Because Batman definitely has similar resources to Iron Man. And he's made plenty of bat suits before. It's just the technology that Iron Man made is different than what Batman made. And they're using it for different purposes. That's the big thing. But you also got to factor in Batman's a detective. So he uses that trait a lot. I will say, given how all their mental faculties work, how they use their intelligence, I'm going to say Batman. I'm going to edge out Batman on that. I'll admit, I don't feel that confident on it, though. Egotistical Ghost. To you, what makes a good comic relief character so they aren't annoying? Good comic relief character, first off, don't have an irritating voice. That's a big thing. But also, don't be a hindrance on the movie or the characters in the movie. What I mean by that is, you need to serve a purpose with your comedy. A perfect example for me of a comic relief character who is annoying is anything Rob Schneider does, because he doesn't add anything. He's just there to be annoying as shit. Do a stupid voice or just whine and be nasally. Whereas comic relief characters that do work, what's his name? Knox. In the original Batman. Knox technically is a comic relief character, but he's funny because he's actually serving purpose. He's trying to find out about the Batman. He gets Vicky Vale into the whole mix. He serves a purpose. So to me, what makes a good comic relief character that's not annoying is A, don't have an annoying voice, but B, more importantly, have purpose to your character. Even if you're just there for comic relief, add something. So that's to me what makes a good comic relief character. Mark, what do you think? Oh, you're not here. Sorry. Luke Morehouse. 1 of 5. Hi, Happy. I'm happy you were able to reach 5,000 subs. Thank you. So are we. And I think you already know this, but I can't type well. But I can't remember if I told you this in the last Q&A. It's all good. I can usually deduce what you're saying. If you could have any 3 safe SCPs, and you had to say reasons why, which SCPs, safe SCPs would I have? I really can't answer that without going into the SCP wiki and finding the site and finding all the safe SCPs. And there's over 6,000, like 5,000 of them, nearly 6,000. So I couldn't really answer that question, unfortunately. There's too many. Out of these 5 powers, which one would you want? Magnetism, blood manipulation, ice, ability to make illusions, blood control, and blood manipulation. They're lumped together. I would honestly go blood control and blood manipulation. I would tell you why, but I don't want to make this too long. That's cool, man. Take out ice. That's easily worked around with like just a lot of concussive fire, heat, all that. Plant manipulation is cool, but if you're in an area with no plants, you're in trouble. Illusions are cool too, but they don't do anything. So it really comes down to magnetism and blood control manipulation. I will say this. With proper use of magnetism, you can manipulate blood because you can manipulate the iron in blood and the other minerals in someone. You need to like fine tune it like on a master level, like Magneto a little bit, but you could do it. On that though, I might go blood control, blood manipulation, but that's a pretty morbid ability to have. So I'm actually going to stick with magnetism because you could alter the magnetic field of someone. Magneto did that in a comic fighting Apocalypse. He tore apart the electrons in his brain. So I think I'd go magnetism. Do you watch this YouTube channel called the Exploring Series? Probably right now he has a series called Exploring the SCP Universe, and he only kind of summarized it, but it's still a great way to get notes on the SCPs and other organizations' universe. Absolutely, I've seen the Exploring Series. I'm subscribed to it, actually. I don't watch it. I get around to watch it a lot, but I have seen it. I do like it, and I am aware of his SCP series. Do you listen to Weird Al Yankovic? If you do, which song do you listen to most often? Mine is World Crimes. I don't actively listen to Weird Al, but I love Weird Al. I mean, the couple that I go to immediately is "'Cause I'm fat, you know it, doodle-doo." It's like, boo, just, take off a bad. And then, of course, we all land and also not living in an Amish paradise. And then one of customer is, they see me rolling, they be hate. Like white, just hanging white and nerdy, just man, white and nerd. I like that. What is your favorite ghost type Pokemon? Mine is Lampet. My favorite ghost type, honestly, a little bit of a cop out, but Giratina, just because he looks so menacing and badass, especially in his origin form. So I'll go Giratina. If we're talking about non-legendary though, that's a bit tougher. I like Mischievous. Mischievous is kind of cool looking. Chandelure is pretty good too, which is the evolved form, obviously, of Lampet. Was there any good ghost Pokemon in any of their generations? Mimikyu is cute. It's adorable. I'll give it that. But I mean, in that case, but I might just go with you know what? Dusknoir. Dusknoir is a beast-looking ghost. I'll go Dusknoir on that. If I can't go say legendary, I'll go with Dusknoir. Favorite death battle score? Oh god, that one I really couldn't tell you that. Although the Iron Man Lex Luthor one was pretty good. Shane, how many we got left? Oh god, I got a lot left. I gotta really speed through this because I'm running out of battery. I thought I was fully charged, but I wasn't. So okay, let's see here. Where did Shane go? Okay, Shane Soper. Okay, hey man, fan of your content. Congrats on 5,000 studs. I'm writing this comment on a vid because it's the most recent so I can hope you see it. I'm a fan of your Naruto what ifs, thank you, but I have a few suggestions about them. One is name pronunciation. Yeah, I've had a lot of people get on that. Someone mentioned the Datara one, and I actually did finally catch myself on that. The sound form is Jirobo, and yeah, I was saying Jidambo, which is a character from Bleach. I got that completely. Also, do a little research about the parts of the story you're talking about before you record. There's many times where you info incorrect team. Yeah, I get that completely. I should do that. I understand that completely. It can be annoying. Yeah, that's just one of those things that even if I looked it up, I might do a Freudian slip here or there. So I apologize for that. All in all, it was good. From the Naruto Forbidden Scroll series. I like the way you did it, but at the end when you had Naruto in B-Fight Itachi and Nagato, you said that Itachi gave Naruto Shinsei prevented. This is incorrect. Itachi did the originally, so Naruto could stop Sasuke. Yes, I could, but you could make an argument he still could have given it, seeing that Naruto would be, a big benefit in the future. So I could still make the argument. That's why he set the protective leaf Genjutsu. Being in your version, Sasuke never left these, and he was still good. Everyone in Naruto didn't have the eye. It's your what if, and you can easily have Itachi still give it to him, but you have to explain why. It seems like you misunderstood or forgot why Itachi gave him the eye. Anyways, not trying to bash. I'm just a fan, and you got my sub. Thank you for that. Just some things I believe you can help the channel grow. People care about the details, big or small. Keep it up. Good work. And I appreciate that. See, constructive criticism, not bashing. I completely respect that. That's all you were doing, and I appreciate that. Like I said, though, I've had all those addressed to me before, and I'm definitely improving on the pronunciation thing. Doing my best with the minor details. Sometimes, though, you're going to get a slip up no matter what. So I apologize if I do a slip up. It will just sometimes happen. But thank you, though, for subscribing, and thank you for joining the content, and I'll continue to try to do that. Sachin Singh. Hey, bro, I'm Sachin Singh from the beautiful islands of Fiji. Well, thank you for, being a part of our little community here. And I hear Fiji is lovely. Your water is fantastic. I was just wondering, out of all the what ifs that you have done, which is your favorite? Which has been your favorite to do? Oh, and I'm sorry about this, but I would like to give a suggestion. I'm pretty sure I added it in, so don't worry about it. I'm just going to pass over it because I am pushed for time at this point. My favorite what ifs I've done, I'll admit the Jiraiya adopting Naruto one. That was a good one. I like that one. I'll put that among my favorites right now. I've done so many at this point, though, so that it'd be a little difficult. But to name all of them off the top of my head. But I'll go Jiraiya adopting Naruto. Cheyenne Alexander, what if Naruto and Sasuke were prodigies? Full 9 tells it's own video, please. I'm pretty sure I added it down there. Just so you know, I'm not going to do it right now. But you seem to recognize that, so thank you. Shang Tsung, I believe it's Shang Tsung. Congratulations, thank you, 1 of 4. What is your favorite Godzilla monster? Ghidorah, particularly the Monster vs. Ghidorah. Monster vs. Ghidorah was pretty beast looking. But the Ghidorah is definitely on there. Mechagodzilla is fun. I'd say Destroya and Biollante are honestly on there. I like the Heisei era a little bit. Number 2, what movie would you erase from my memory? Probably any of the 50 Shades of Grey, quite frankly. While Young Adult is terrible, I barely have any recollection of that to begin with. The 50 Shades movies, though, they linger. So I'll go with the 50 Shades movies. Number 3, what Pokemon trainer type would you be? If I had to choose just one type, I always choose the grass type as my starter, almost always. But if I'm just getting free range of any type, I mean, it's a little bit of a cop-out because everyone likes to choose them. But dragons, steel, dark, those would be my big 3. Sachin Singh also says congratulations on reaching 5,000 subs. Thank you. I'm a very, very big fan. Thank you for being a big fan. A very, very big fan. Thank you for doing all the what ifs. I enjoy every one of them. Thank you again. I appreciate the compliment. Thank you very much. I'm just a guy with a computer and a camera, so thank you very much. We appreciate that. Donald Duck, Clocker, I just want to say I really enjoy your storytelling and I want to encourage you to make more drastic changes that give you freedom to really fill in the blanks in the world of these stories, especially Naruto. Also considering doing what ifs with other people as the main character, like do a what if specifically for Hashirama or other characters you find interesting. Check out Storm videos and his Rogue Fox series to see more or less what I'm talking about. As for a question, would you ever considering doing a My Hero Academia what ifs, or are you planning one? I've gotten a lot of suggestions for My Hero Academia what ifs, and I will eventually do them. I guarantee you I will do My Hero Academia what ifs. The problem with doing any what if like that is this. The series is still ongoing, and it's still ultimately very young. So if I were to start a what if now, I'd have to stop it at some point and then wait for the series to catch up to the point where I could do another version of that. By then, I may forget the what if existed. So until the series is getting near its end or ended, you're probably not going to see, at least not in the sense of what ifs that are set in the My Hero Academia world. If I, say, put Deku in the Naruto world, or bring them into the Bleach world, or give Naruto a quirk from My Hero, that's a different circumstance. That I can do no problem. But if it's in the My Hero world with the story that's going on in that world, you're probably not going to see it anytime soon, just because the series is still ongoing and it could get canceled. So I doubt it will be canceled, but given the issue that the creator's facing over some bullshit, because I'm not going to get into it. It's just dumb. It's just dumb bullshit. But thank you. Yes. And I've actually been approached by some people to do what ifs, collaborate to a certain degree. Sadly, though, I'm very tech illiterate, so knowing how to do that is a little difficult for me. And truth be told, I don't know if it would really work out well. At least right at this point, but I wouldn't be against it. So maybe in the future, but right now we'll work with what we got. Hokage versus Edo Zabuza. It'd be Kakashi. He beat Edo Zabuza, even without being the Hokage. Alex Mercer says, what is your favorite type of hero, i.e. underdogs? Who is your favorite type of hero, i.e. underdogs? Yeah, I'd say the underdogs are my favorite type of hero because it's more rewarding when they win. The badass heroes that just kind of always win, they're fun too. 2, who would win? Ahsoka and Galen Merrick versus Kylo and Rey. That's tough. We never really saw the full range of either Rey or Kylo's abilities. And Galen and Ahsoka would, in theory, have more experience than either of them. I'll say Rey and Kylo just because they got kind of plot protection. Again, that'd be an actual who would win for me to do. Who is more badass, Sarah Connor or Ellen Ripley? Ellen Ripley. She's fighting emotionless, just monster aliens that bleed acid and want to impregnate you and burst out of your chest. Whereas Sarah Connor, while seriously badass, she's negotiated a bit more, and she's dealing with individuals who can be reasoned with on some level. So on that, and plus, getting in a power loader and throwing an alien mother out the spaceship, that's impressive. Abraham 126. What if Itachi died instead of Shunsui? Again, it's a what if. Not going to get into it right now. That is one you've suggested multiple times. Don't worry, I've seen it. It's on the list. It's going to take a while to get to it. Mighty Everest. Have I ever played Call of Duty? No. Who is the true Dragon King? Toothless or El Drago from Beyblade? If he had a physical body. I don't know who El Drago is, so I'm going to say Toothless. Hokage Bears also asks, how would you rank the Hokages in terms of power? Naruto is considered to be the strongest. After that, then it gets a little tricky. After that, if I'm going by what the lore says about the Hokages, the third, the first, the fourth, the second, and then Tsunade was on. I'm missing one. There was no. That's six. Tsunade was probably the weakest of the Hokages. Bueno Varix, do we get a dance when you reach 10,000? No. I mean, if you want me to say, I haven't even reached 10,000 yet. There, I danced. Abraham 126, what is the strongest village besides Leaf? Apart from Leaf, I would have probably gone with the Cloud. They had the most Kekkei Genkais under their belt. The Raikage was arguably the strongest, although Anoki, with his Dust release, was dangerous as hell, but the Stone used to be the strongest, but the Leaf really mitigated the power. So I'll actually go with the Cloud on that one. Mission Paul Marshall ask, have you seen How to Train Your Dragon? If so, with which dragon would you pick? Assuming it would pick me, but yes, I have. I've seen all 3 of them. They're fantastic movies. I like the one that Hiccup's mom had. I like that one. That was a cool dragon, so I'd take that one. With dragon better, which dragon's better, Night Fury or Light Fury? Well, they're both the same individual. They're just male and female. I'll go Night Fury just because black I think is a better color. If you were in an anime or cartoon, what role would you play in the show? For example, for me, I would send you in Naruto and play as Naruto's right hand. And for a cartoon, I would be Sun Dragon from My Little Pony with Cooler Blaze Kick or Triano Tail Kick. See, that's a really open-ended question. I will say this. Right off the bat, in an anime, I'd throw myself in Bleach because I'm a big Bleach fan. I would make myself a captain. I wouldn't make myself overpowerful, but again, I have no idea what my Zanpakuto ability would be based off my soul. And if I were just a cartoon character, I'd probably go Danny Phantom, and I'd probably be like an extra, like another experiment from Vlad that went awry. And I would kind of liken my ability. I always like the idea that as a ghost form, they're like Super Saiyan transformations, and I can go into multiple forms. Like, there's a Super Ghost 3 and all that. That I think would be kind of fun, so I'd do that. I would technically make myself stronger than Danny, but I would do it as a method to teach Danny to go into these stronger forms. So kind of like a more experienced Danny at that point to mentor him along the way. Mission Bazuma, what is your favorite show you like so that you watch it since your childhood and became sad when it ended? So basically, what's my favorite show since childhood and when it became sad when it ended? Childhood? Ugh, I can't really think of anything like that. I'll say this. I was sad when House ended. I loved House, but, it had to end, and so be it. I was sad for that, though. What is your favorite MCU Marvel Cinematic movie? Oh, God. I'll say... One of these days, I really got to redo that list. Right off the top of my head, it's probably either Infinity War or Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. Do you like dinosaur movies? I do. What is your favorite Star Wars movie and character? Character? That's a tough call. I really like how, I know some people didn't. I like how they portrayed Luke in Last Jedi. I really do. But I'd probably go Obi-Wan, honestly, as my favorite, especially, and I mean Alec Guinness. I mean, he's one of the few good things about the prequels, Ewan McGregor, but I'll go Alec Guinness, Obi-Wan. In terms of my favorite Star Wars movie, probably Empire. Cop-out answer, but there you go. What's your favorite Dragon-type Pokemon? Mine's Goodra. Gudra's a good one. I like Gudra, but I'm not overly keen on him. If we're including legendaries, I go Rayquaza or Giratina. If we're not including legendaries, oh, that's a tough one. That is a tough one. I'll say Hydreigon because he reminds me of Ghidorah. Though Haxorus is pretty beast looking too. But yeah, I'd go with that route. I'd go that route. Mighty Chase. Did you know you have the best Gamatatsu voice? Oh, hey guys, I finally have a chance to share. Sound a little bit like Mr. Hanky. But yeah, that's how the dub sounded. He sounded like Mr. Hanky. Thank you, by the way. What 3 elements would you have? Like sun, steel, or lightning? 3? Water, wind, and lightning. Storm. Just power of the storm. What would you do if you have the Iron Legion from Marvel? Nothing. Unless there's an actual legitimate threat to the country or to the world, I would just keep them locked up because we saw what happens when shit goes wrong. Granted, I'm not trying to make Ultron, but still. If you were into Marvel, I'm guessing, if you were in Marvel, what would you would you have, and what role would you play in the MCU? So if I was in the Marvel MCU, what power would I have, and what role would I play in the MCU? With Avengers, would you hang out with the most? Here's the thing. Without trying to go into spoilers for anything from any My Hero Academias I might do in the future, I gotta try to avoid the power. I'd probably have some sort of energy manipulation capability, a little bit. That or teleportation type of ability. So something akin to that. But I'd probably go more the energy capability. Yeah, definitely. Something to manipulate, like maybe solar energy, and I just have like an aura around me, something like that. Something akin to that. In terms of what Avengers would I hang around with the most, like who do I think I'd get along with? I'd probably get along with Thor. I'd probably get along with Cap, more or less. Rhodey would be cool. I definitely could probably get along with Sam. I mean, Natasha had a thing for Bruce for a while, but again, I could probably get along with most of them. So, don't get me wrong. Let's be honest. I might hit on Black Widow a little bit, but that's assuming I'm a single man in this universe. So yeah, that might be the answer to that. Mighty Pup Super Paw Sky. Have I watched Beyblade? I loved Beyblade growing up. I loved it up until we got past the original series. I mean, like past G Revolution. Then we're going into like Beyblade Metal Fusion. Like, okay, this is dumb now. What's your favorite cards? What's your favorite cards and anime? Are you talking about what's my favorite card-based anime? Probably Yu-Gi-Oh! The Duel Masters is fun for what it was. I even have some cards still of Duel Masters. Do you enjoy watching cooking shows? Depends. I like clips of cooking shows. I don't like the overall cooking show itself. A funny who would win. Shaggy destroys the multiverse with just the Orange Justice dance versus DBZ. I'll admit, I'm guessing that's based on the whole Ultra Instinct Shaggy meme, but I don't know what that is. So sorry, I had no idea. Do you like Five Nights at Freddy's? Never played it. I hear it's a pretty good game. My battery's low, but fortunately, I'm almost done. I am literally almost done, so I did this right. What's your favorite color? Green, with orange being my second, and blue. Actually, it rotates, but blue and orange you fight for number 2 and 3 spot. Crossover. What if? What if Oculus from My Little Pony was Naruto? I have no idea who that is. I'm sure I probably put that down at some point. Another what if idea. What if Fu 7-Tail Holder was in the league? I've had that one actually given to me a couple times. which implies when I get a Fu Naruto, which I liked. The little bit I've seen of Fu, I liked Fu. They should have given her something better than what she got. How would you guys win a battle or war? In what sense? Like, if we were running the country? Like, if the country was at war? Or were we fighting aliens? Or... that's too vague of a question for me to give an actual response. So, unfortunately, I can't answer that. Sorry. Mighty Pup Zuma. Which character would you don't mind to hang out with? What? What character would you not... I'm guessing you meant what character would you not mind to hang out with? That's such an open question. I couldn't really give you an answer. Who would win Oculus for My Little Pony versus Ditto from Pokemon? I'll tell you right now, I can't answer that right now because it's a who would win. I'll give you my initial opinion, and I'll go more in depth when I eventually get to that. Oculus, because Ditto transforms into Pokemon and only Pokemon. Unless you're watching Detective Pikachu the movie, in which case it did turn into a person, but that was a manipulated Ditto. Sea Patrol Marshal, what if Naruto was part Senju? That's a what if. I'll do a what if on that. I'll be honest though, I'll combine that with the wood release suggestions because the Senjus are just cousins of the Uzumakis, so that doesn't change much about Naruto, in fact, at all. So I'll probably combine that with the wood release. Do you like Space Battle? If it happens in a movie, sure. Unless it's a specific thing you're talking about. So I don't know. What's your favorite documentary? I don't watch a lot of them, unfortunately, so I couldn't tell you. What type of music do you like? I'm a fan of rock, pop, blues, Motown. Well, I've even been known to enjoy a polka. There's really no music I'm against. Although I will say, if there's a genre I don't generally like to listen to, country, rap, and hip hop. Then again, there's some country songs I like, there's some hip hop songs I like, there's some rap songs I like. But as a whole, if we're talking about genres, I'm not a big fan of those genres. And pop, not a big fan of a lot of pop music, though some is decent. Finally, the Mighty Twins Tuck and Ella, last of the people's suggestions. Good job reaching 5,000, thank you. One of, I'm guessing, I don't know how many, but I'll speed through these. Which world would you pick? Dragon World, Star Dragon World, or Darkness Dragon World? What's the difference? I'll just pick Dragon World because I'm guessing Star Dragons and Darkness Dragons can show up in Dragon World. Number 2, have you heard or have you played or seen Ratchet and Clank? I played the demos, like when they used to be in Best Buy and stuff, but I never actually watched the movie, which I heard wasn't that good. And I've never actually played any of the games, like, legitimately. Which girl character would you not mind hanging out with? Oculus? Okay, Oculus is a female character, I know that. Silverstream or Hinata? Well, seeing as I don't know much about the other two, I'll say Hinata. She's shy, but she's nice. So, yeah. And if I'm not the one she's crushing on, I should be able to have a steady conversation with her. Do you like How to Train Your Dragons? I answered that already, but yes, I do. If you make a robot based on an animal or dino, which one or two would you pick? Robot snakes are cool. A dino? Robot Spinosaurus would be cool, I guess, but based off the Jurassic Park 3 Spinosaurus, not the actual design of the Spinosaurus. Would dance better the Floss? Oh, who would dance better, the Floss or the Orange Justice? No idea who those are, so sorry, I can't really answer that. What's your battle cry? I don't really have a battle cry. I don't go into battle. I'm one of those people on the rare occasion that I've possibly nearly gotten to physical altercations, lets the guy make the first move and then beats the crap out of them because were dumb enough to make the first move. Which game would you pick, Pokemon Shield or Sword? Well, I picked Shield. There's your answer. And finally, who would win in Pokemon? Ash or Raihan? Well, seeing as we'll probably eventually see that, Ash is going to win that because he's got to get to the Pokemon League. So, yeah, eventually that's probably going to happen, and Ash will probably win that fight. But anyway, we are finally done with this Q&A. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Join us for the next one. We'll announce when the next one is when we finally get to it. Till then, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you tomorrow with the what if. I just put that off because I wanted to get this done. And who would win tomorrow, plus the Invisible Man. Look for that, even though you won't be able to see it. Review on Friday, most likely, or late on Thursday. One of the two. Till then, thanks for watching. See you next time.